Hi guys, 2 nights in a row. Nice to see you guys again. So what an episode tonight. I mean, that tribal council was just whoa. I mean, even the beginning, I was just laughing out loud and thought it was great, and then by the end of it, it's just like I could not believe what was happening. But let's rewind and actually go through the whole episode because there are other things to talk about, and we'll have plenty of time to talk about tonight's tribal council. So going back to Redemption Island, I was really pissed at Caleb's reaction. I mean, he waltzed in there acting like all high and mighty, like he'd played such a straight game and gotten blindsided at the last tribal, which is total BS. Like, he and Hayden, exactly, I mean, it's exactly what Jervis said. He and Hayden tried to make a move. They didn't succeed, and so he got voted out instead. Like, it's not like he got screwed over in the situation. He tried to make a move, it didn't work. Like, he can't go on and say that the others are to blame for that. I mean, they're to blame if you're looking at like who voted him out technically, but at the end of the day, they wouldn't have done it if Hayden and Caleb hadn't tried to make a move, which they were right to do, but like he can't act like such a sore loser. I have to say, like, Jeff has been killing it this season. I mean, he always kills it as host, no doubt about it. But I just love it when, like, Caleb says something like Utah and Philadelphia, and Jeff is like, oh, you're talking about Tyson and you're talking about Jervis, because he knows these things. Like, he's just so on top of it. I love it. So yeah, I'm glad Caleb was out now, and go kick-ass moms. Like, they have been killing it, and Laura M is just really impressive, and just really fun to watch. I don't really want to see her at the end at this point, but I don't know. Maybe it's just for like the fireworks of it all, but otherwise, like, I think if she did make it to the end, she would be a deserving finalist and a deserving winner, and she's been awesome at challenges. So now we're back at camp, and Hayden is talking to Jervis, trying to get Jervis to turn on Tyson. And that is a very risky move for Jervis, because right now he's locked with Tyson. If he stays with Tyson, he's in the final three. True, is Tyson the best person for Jervis to go to the final three with? Maybe not, but it's like, for him to risk being in the final three to just being on the jury is a huge move. So I think he was right to tell Hayden that he would only consider it if Hayden could lock down Ciera in advance. Otherwise, it's just too risky. That said, it could be if successful, that could have been his big move, and really earned him a win. But I also think he would have crossed a lot of people, especially Tyson. And in addition to Tyson also having crossed Aris and Vitas. And honestly, turning on Aris was a big move for Jervis as well. They just didn't really show it that much during the season. So I think Jervis made the right decision in the end, and Hayden really didn't pull through with like such a secure voting thing until, things really came down to it at Tribal Council, and by then it was too late for Jervis to really flip. Let's also talk about the fact that Tyson has the new idol, which is really great. That scene with him talking about how being on there without Rachel was really, moving. It just shows how human Tyson is, even though he just appears to be this jokester that plays around. He's really more than that, and I love when you see those scenes. He's not just like a man on a mission. Even though he is a man on a mission, he still like has that component that just makes him so easy to root for. Let's talk about the challenge. I loved this challenge. I was a little disappointed at the Redemption Island challenge when they did the House of Cards thing. Again, they've done this challenge like so many times. But this new one that they did, the big one with the balance beams and the ball and the balancing ball and then throwing the sandbags, was just awesome. There's just so many components to it, and I loved watching Jervis and Monica kill it in that. Even Tyson did well, and seeing Katie get the ball dropped on her head was kind of funny. I hope it didn't hurt too much. But yeah, it was a really awesome challenge. And then at the end for the reward, that can be tricky, as Jeff mentioned, but I think Jervis did play it pretty safe. I think it was obvious to pick Monica. I mean, she has already given up food for herself to give it to others. And at the end of the day, he made a good point at Tribal Council by saying these were the original Galang members, and that's how he could also frame it. So I get that. Now, let's talk about the tribal council. That was nuts. I have to admit, I've seen most seasons of Survivor, but I did not see the original season where they picked rocks. So this is my first rocks tribal council, and it was just mind-blowing. It was really great on all sides. I mean, the comedic aspect with the ruffle feathers was hilarious. I mean, it was just really captured something special, I thought. And then with the whole back and forth with Ciera, it was nuts. I mean, Hayden definitely laid it all out, and I think Ciera made the right decision. It was worth the risk for her, because it was obvious that she was number 4, and being potentially number 3 is better than being number 4. But unfortunately for Ciera, it just she doesn't plan this well enough in advance. So we heard her say before, I'm definitely not working with Katie and Hayden. And that's where she was wrong. She should have thought of all of this before, so she could actually do a better plan of attack. And then they wouldn't have had to draw rocks, and Katie wouldn't have had to go home, and maybe. So while I'm impressed at Ciera's gutsiness to do it, it's a little bit too late. And unfortunately, because of Ciera's instability in the game, even though she has made some really great moves and has done some really commendable things, it's just it's not enough to win the game. And I mean, we saw what happened, so it's kind of over for Ciera at this point, I think. So lucky for Hayden, by the way. Scrambled through a tribal council where he was short. I mean, he should have gone home. But I wasn't aware of this rule with the rocks, actually, where the 2 people who had gotten votes for that were on lockdown are safe all of a sudden. That's huge. And then the person with the necklace is safe. I mean, having 3 people pick rocks is nuts. It's a huge risk. And Tyson was so lucky. I mean, granted, the odds were kind of in his favor, because it was 2 chances to 1 that he would be okay, but it's still a huge risk, and you could see on his face that he was terrified. I mean, oh my God, after a game like that, to be voted out with a rock, it would have been so frustrating. So I guess in that sense, I prefer the Survivor game, which involves more strategy and strategic voting versus the luck of the rock drawing. But then again, all of it is part of Survivor. So if he had been voted out and things had been shaken up, I mean, I would have been really bummed, because I am wholeheartedly rooting for Tyson. But on the other hand, it would have been interesting to see the game get flipped on its head like that. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm open to suggestions. I guess at this point, the end is kind of clear. Final 3s are pretty set. I think at this point it's either going to be Tyson, Jervis, and Monica. I think they would all choose each other very obviously at this point. Or Hayden, Ciera, and whoever comes back from Redemption Island, if they can pull that off. Unless for some reason the person in the Tyson, Jervis, Monica alliance that gets to make that decision of who goes to the final 3 sees a better opponent in Hayden, Ciera, or the person returning from Redemption Island, but in not taking whichever person they wouldn't take, they would really cross someone on the jury. So I don't see that happening, but again, anything can happen. I'm not gonna put my money on this just yet. So those are my thoughts. Pretty exciting episode. See you guys next week for the last 2 episodes of the season. Talk to you soon. Bye.